Mateusz Zukowski signs for the mighty Glasgow Rangers. It is an undisclosed fee for the Polish international right back. Basically ticks all the boxes for a young and upcoming right back that can replace Nathan Patterson.
Yep, Gio Van Bronckhorst, third edition of the January transfer window, but it won't be his last. I'm pretty sure that Rangers will be bringing in more players. But the deal is understood to be worth around 400,000, which is a similar amount that it would cost Rangers to get John Souttar, but still they ain't budging on that. So we'll see what's happening. Obviously this guy, I do not expect him to be first choice right back by any means, but should be a good replacement for Nathan Patterson and should fit into the Rangers team pretty well. I guess they did need a replacement and they seem to have got it.
With big Zukowski, guys, I think it's a decent signing. Like I say, he's a young full-back. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's the most promising thing since sliced bread. But
he's a Polish under-21 international, so he can't be.
He can't be.
He must be pretty promising based on that. Speaking of right backs, Jack Simpson is set to stay at Rangers. There was talk about him going loaned out, but it appears
he's not a right back. He's a centre back.
Oh well, same shite.
He can play right back, to be fair to you, but he's a centre back on FIFA, and that's what he is.
I think he's
Jackie boy.
I'd consider him a right back, but if he plays centre back FIFA, then FIFA's never wrong because FIFA's the most fucking realistic game ever made. So
Football Manager, he's a defender.
That's fair enough for me. I agree with him being a defender, but the other side of Glasgow, all is quiet at the moment. Not a lot happening. Celtic have yet to confirm the permanent signings of Jota and Carter Vickers, and we were pretty much told at the start of the window that was going to be Celtic's main objective. They wanted to secure both of those guys to long-term permanent deals, and at the moment it isn't happening. So we'll see how it goes. Carter Vickers approximately was valued to be around worth 10 million. And Jota, I believe his release fee is about 6. So it would cost Celtic 16 million to get those two in permanently. Will they pay it? I mean, who knows? Obviously with Rangers today making big signings, including Aaron Ramsey, maybe Celtic will feel pressured into completing those deals. But at the moment, nothing.
They're all hyping up on Twitter, Ryan 118. Oh, James McCarthy versus Aaron Ramsey. Well, let's be real, right? James McCarthy's pish. He couldn't lay a glove on fucking Aaron Ramsey.
Yep. But maybe Celtic can help fund the permanent deals of Jota and Carter Vickers with some players leaving. It was rumoured that Ajeti, Barkas and a bunch of other players, fringe players, may be leaving. To be honest, you can see why. I mean, Barkas and Ajeti have failed big time at Celtic. They've been absolute horrible signings, 5 million each, and they've been a waste of a shirt and a waste of $1 million. Are they going to get that money back? No. Can they claw something back though? Potentially. But at the moment, there's been no bids for Ajeti or Barkas, and that kind of just shows how shite they are, that nobody appears to want them.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I was going to say maybe for a goalkeeper, he can maybe get some of what they got, but then again, I don't know. I think
who's going to pay it? That's the big question.
I feel like if they sold him after one season, but the fact they've kept him and he's done fuck, same way Ajeti. But it's almost like with Ajeti, he hasn't really been given a chance. When's Ajeti played for Celtic?
Well, John Hartson said he was unplayable against who was that team that got in the Europa League, the Spanish one?
Real Sociedad.
Unplayable,
and he's out the door. Is he unplayable?
He was unplayable for the first 60 minutes, apparently.
But see, but there's no consistency.
Was it not Real Betis? It wasn't Real Sociedad.
Ah, you're right, Real Betis.
I know my stuff, big Celtic fan over here. Right. Oh, that's it then. Nothing really to say about Celtic. Speaking of other transfers.
They did loan out a youth jobber, though.
Aye, a youth guy nobody cares about. Calvin Ramsey.
Probably too old for them.
Calvin Ramsey, will he be leaving Aberdeen? There's interest, especially from Leeds now, but Aberdeen still refusing offers here, which kind of surprises me. Apparently, they've been offered up to 4.5 million for Calvin Ramsey, but
apparently
Aberdeen
Leeds making 5.
But apparently Aberdeen still saying no. But I'm wondering, is that 5 million 5 up front, or is it like a smaller amount up front with like additional monthly payments?
Exactly.
Because I can't really understand why Aberdeen would be refusing 5 million for Calvin Ramsey. From what we've seen, he showed like glimpse of talent, but he's not really consecutively done.
I'm not burying the guy, right? But see like a fullback, they're not essential to a team. It's not like this guy plays up front and he's bagged in 35 goals.
Well, people would say Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold are pretty essential to Liverpool, like. I think you would have said. I think you could have argued last year when Rangers were firing on all cylinders, Barisic and Tavernier were pretty crucial to Rangers. Like.
But no, you've got to factor.
Do you wish to retract that statement?
No, because you got to factor in.
I think people would say Stevie O'Donnell is crucial to Scotland.
Well, listen to me, Nugget Cooper, right? Robertson in the Liverpool team looks great, right? Because he's surrounded by stars. See, as soon as he plays for Scotland, does he not go down a level? Yes or no? Calvin Ramsey.
A level?
Right, multiple levels.
Fucking hell.
D levels, right? We'll see Ramsey.
He doesn't go down one flight of stairs. He fucking jumps in the elevator and it falls to the bottom floor.
The game they get beaten in the League Cup at the start of the season, they got beat 2-1. I think it was Rafe Rovers. They get beat 2-1 by Rafe Rovers, but Calvin Ramsey made 2 great runs in the game and they've been marking it ever since. I rate the guy, right? But they should take the 5 million fucking run.
Yeah.
Because this guy could have a shit end of the season and then they might not be able to get rid of him. He could have a shit season next and then that's it.
If all you can muster up is 90 minutes against Rafe Rovers is 2 good runs, then...
Well, I mean, we just talked about Ajeti having 60 minutes unplayable.
I mean, if you're...
He's unsignable.
If you're unsignable. If you're Usain Bolt, then maybe 2 fucking runs is pretty good. Like, but if you're Calvin Ramsey, I kind of expect more than that. Last but not least, guys, Hibernian pulled off a big signing.
Aye, Godfrey, Goddo and /Blint, and that is the team that Celtic are playing in the Conference League.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Hibernian potentially could be losing Gogic this transfer window. He is on the way out, as is Scott Allen. He could be joining. So I'm actually surprised. I think Scott Allen's good. I don't know why he can't get in the Hibs team. And I think he's certainly good enough to play in the Scottish Premiership, in my opinion. So I think somebody will take him. Hibs. And last but not least, actually, Jamie McGrath, a guy that has been, one day he's leaving, the next day he's not. Supposed to go to Hibs yesterday, didn't happen. Jim Goodwin said he's not going anywhere, but now apparently Aberdeen are back in, and they're trying to sign the Irishman. Thoughts on Jamie McGrath, and will he end up anywhere other than Paisley at the end of the...
I'll tell you what, if Aberdeen are coming in with a bid, I'd probably suggest they're splashing some of the C. Ramsey money.
The C. Ramsey money.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts, so anything you want to add? Any predictions? Let's go with a prediction.
Well, listen,
not a spoiler, a prediction.
Nicky Clark hopes Rangers do not make a deadline day move for Seaghurst. So that's intriguing. So have they been linked to him?
I don't see him. I think Seaghurst is pretty good, but they've still got McGregor. They just signed John McLaughlin to a new deal. I don't really see that happening. I mean,
I know that's a weird one.
Although when's McGregor's deal up?
I don't know.
I think it was up in Dingwall there when they. I don't know what one was worse, the first or second. I mean, the first one looks terrible, but the second one's fucking retarded. The first one's like an error. I think the first goal that he concedes is a mistake. But the second goal, the equaliser,
it's awful.
It's like, you can kind of put the first one down as a horrible mistake, but the second goal, I was like,
Mongo.
McGregor, what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, so there you go. What's your prediction? Give us a prediction.
Big prediction.
Well, it doesn't need to be. It could be something shite.
Leeds will sign Calvin Ramsey for 5.1 million.
Right.
And Aberdeen will use that one to sign Jamie McGrath.
My big prediction is... about 10 o'clock tonight, Suter is officially announced a Rangers player, and then Robbie Nielsen probably comes out and goes on a rant about how they've not been given enough time to bring in a replacement centre-back. And then we'll end up signing somebody at about 2 AM, even though it's past the deadline day.
I don't know who the fuck they are.
Maybe Jamie Lindsay, he's been rumoured to be returning. Or what about Stuart Finlay, another player that's been rumoured to be returning. 2 players that I would actually happily take, to be fair. But we'll see. We'll see. My prediction is that Suter does actually join. I just can't see it. I mean, Rangers have brought in Ramsey. They've spent money on this Polish under-21. Surely they're going to complete the hat-trick by spending money on John Suter. Especially with their defence fragilities. Fragilities? Fuck me.
Fragile?
Aye.
Is that what you meant?
I don't know, guys.
I don't know. You're
talking been a long day. It's been a long day. It's been too many fids.
Fragilities. Fragile. They've got a fragile defence. You fucking nonce.
No, fragilities is
fragility. That's not a word.
I think it is.
You've plucked that out of hee haw.
I think it is a word.
No, it's not.
I think Tom McDonald used that in a song last week.
Fragility. I well, he pronounced it with a bit more pizzazz than this fucking inbred. Fragility.
I'm gonna. We'll be back, guys. Next vid transfer deadline review at midnight tonight, and we will be back. We will be back. What's that blonde one from Countdown? Oh, no, wait, she does the numbers. What's the other fucking nerd that reads the books? We'll get somebody on that knows what they're talking about.
Carl Fordham.
And we'll find out if fragility. Fragility? It is?
But the way you pronounce pish.
Fragility? That's a word. That's a fucking word. I bet my life that's a word. Anyway, guys, that's it. Till next time.
Peace, lol.